Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Their Excellencies, the Right Honourable Dame Cindy Kero, Governor-General of New Zealand, and Dr. Richard Davis.
Please be seated. E ngā mana, e ngā reo, e ngā iwi o ngā hau e whā tēnā koutou, tēnei aku mihi mahana ki o koutou. Nau mai hara mai, ki te whare kāwana, kia ora mai tātou katoa. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome you to Government House for this afternoon's Investiture ceremony. I want to specifically acknowledge His Excellency Mr. Murad Ashraf Janja, Ambassador for Pakistan, Joe Harawira, Government House Kaumātua, and Puhi Wahine Tepo, Government House Kuia. Dr. Davis and I are delighted that we could host you here in person on this very special day for recipients, for your friends and your family. As Governor-General, I have the immense privilege on behalf of Her Majesty the Queen of New Zealand to confer the honours to which you are each entitled. It's a very special thing to bring together such a diverse and extraordinary group of New Zealanders. Some of you have achieved national and international renown, while others are pillars within your communities, dedicating your lives to serving others. What you share is a positive impact that you've had on Aotearoa New Zealand. You've brought pride and a greater sense of well-being to our country. And for those things, I thank you. Today's recipients also share that defining New Zealand quality, the belief that anything is possible. And it's that strength of belief, that drive, that brought you here today. Ladies and gentlemen, after each recipient is honoured, I invite you to join me in thanking them and congratulating them for their service to our community and our country. Ms. Catriona McLeod will now summon the recipients and read their citations.
Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of an Officer of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Mrs. Margaret Baker of Hastings, for services to Special Olympics. Margaret Baker has been the sports coordinator for the Hawke's Bay Special Olympics programme for more than 30 years and chair of the Special Olympics North Island Committee. She travelled overseas to 2 Special Olympics World Games as the head coach of successful New Zealand swimming and golf teams. She has been the Hawke's Bay team manager for 7 successive New Zealand Special Olympics National Summer Games and regularly coaches golf, swimming, and boca. She introduced golf into the Hawke's Bay Special Olympics program. She organizes day trips and weekends away for athletes to compete against peers and organizes fundraisers for various Special Olympics events, sports equipment, and uniforms. Ms. Baker is a trustee of Hawke's Bay Breast Cancer Trust and was trustee of Clive War Memorial Pool. Mrs. Margaret Baker, please come forward. Mrs. Margaret Chapman of Geraldine for services to rural women and rural communities. Margaret Chapman was National President of Rural Women New Zealand, RWNZ, National Councillor for the Canterbury region, and Kakahu Branch President. She instigated the RWNZ Enterprising Rural Women's Awards, now in New Zealand Rural Women NZ Business Awards. She is South Canterbury Provincial President and Chair of the RWNZ Region 2 Area Committee. She was a trustee of the Rural Communities Trust and New Zealand Landcare Trust. She is Secretary of the Geraldine Historical Society and co-authored Jessie Mackay, A Woman Before Her Time, a historical study of a Kakahu poet. She is Secretary-Treasurer of Kakahu Hall. Mrs. Chapman was a key driver of the Fairley Midwinter Seminars, organised a national writing competition to highlight women on the land, and with ACC, instituted kid-friendly farm safety days within primary schools. Mrs. Margaret Chapman, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of a member of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Mr. Dave Appleyard of Lower Hutt for services to education. Dave Appleyard was principal of Rata Street School in Nainai, overseeing growth in the school's role and Positive Education Review Office reviews. He selected charitable partnerships to match needs in the school, helped improve internet access at the school and in homes, and oversaw the early adoption of a flipped classroom approach to drive learning. He co-led the Nainai and Stokes Valley Kahui Ako community of learning and initiated a Gifted Kids program. He represented Wellington schools in low socio-economic areas on the Ministry of Education's Sector Advisory Group to replace the decile funding system. Mr. Appleyard co-led a research project investigating literacy skills drop off over the holiday breaks. Mr. Dave Appleyard, please come forward. Mr. Robin Simmons of Kimbolton for services to the rail industry. Robin Simmons was operations manager for locomotive engineers in Palmerston North before becoming national training manager for Kiwi Rail. He worked with Kiwi Rail's continuous improvement team and helped lead the introduction of the Energy Miser driver advice system, which markedly improved fuel savings and emissions. He was subject matter expert on all operational matters concerning fuel and energy savings. He has left a legacy of updated rules and codes for rail transport standards. He designed a new package to ensure the continued training of operators for heritage steam locomotives in revenue charter service. Mr. Simmons has written policy for private groups such as the Pahiatua Railcar Society. Mr. Robin Simmons, please come forward. Ms. Tracy Wright-Tafa of Invercargill for services to health and Māori. Tracy Wright-Tafa is the founder and CEO of Ngā Kite Matauranga Pounamu Charitable Trust, NKMPCT. Since 2000, she has built NKMPCT into a quality kaupapa Māori whānau ora-centred health and social service, employing 74 staff with an annual turnover of $6.5 million. NKMPCT delivers addiction counselling, gambling harm counselling, disability support and advocacy, restorative justice, whānau ora, community nursing services, cancer pathway support, and He Puna Waiora Wellness Centre General Practice in Western Southland. Ms. Wright-Tafa has served on numerous boards, research groups and advisory groups, and has been chairperson of Oraka Apirama Holdings Limited, trustee of Te Huarahi ki Te Oranga Pai, and treasurer of Waihopai Runaka. Ms. Tracy Wright-Tafa, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the Queen's Service Medal, Ms. Judy Livingston of Gisborne for services to music and the community. Judy Livingston was committee member and vice president of the New Zealand Concert Bands Association and New Zealand Sister Cities Incorporated. She has held multiple roles with Gisborne Concert Band since the 1970s. She delivers a free public concert series each year and organises an annual charity knit sale. She has supported delivery of several national conventions in Gisborne. She is trustee of Tairawhiti Positive Ageing Trust and Community Gisborne Charitable Trust. She's been involved with Gisborne Community House Trust and Music Services Young Musicians Trust. Ms. Livingston has secured funding for rehabilitation support programs for stroke Tairawhiti. Ms. Judy Livingston, please come forward. Mr. Habib Marwat of Christchurch for services to Muslim and ethnic communities. Habib Marwat has held various roles, including president with the Muslim Association of Canterbury. He's initiated and assisted with sports events and programs for youth from ethnic communities. He helped introduce affordable iftar programs for the Canterbury Muslim community during Ramadan. He's employed with the Department of Corrections and has facilitated close relationships between governmental and non-governmental organisations amongst ethnic communities. Mr. Marwat was instrumental in organising meetings for the Prime Minister and ministers with the Muslim community, and in organising hui with the community on the Royal Commission of Inquiry report following the 2019 terror attack. Mr. Habib Marwat, please come forward. Your Excellency, the investiture has concluded.
Kia ora koutou. Your actions and the lives that you lead reflect the spirit of the words of Henry David Thoreau. You must live in the present, launch yourself on every wave, find your eternity in each moment. Fools stand on their island of opportunities and look toward another land. There is no other land, there is no other life but this. When you are invited to do so, I urge you to wear your insignia with pride, knowing that your contributions are recognised and valued, and that you inspire others by your example. On behalf of the Queen of New Zealand and all New Zealanders, I congratulate you, the recipients, on your achievements, and I thank you once again for your service to our country. Kia ora, hui mai tātou katoa. Ladies and gentlemen, before we conclude the formal part of today's ceremony, I invite you to stand and join me in singing our national anthem in te reo and English. The words are on the back of your program, and I'll be listening to hear if you're singing. Kia ora.